Yum, yum!
Greg here from Pixel Fondue. This video is a short review of the MODO Item Icons kit you can buy on Gumroad from Warren L, and I'll provide the link below in the description. And it's just a really well done kit of a huge number of icons for not just typical items like meshes and lights and cameras and things like that, but just about every node you can think of, from particle nodes and forces nodes and gradients and fall offs, all the way down to just math nodes. And they're very consistently done. They're kind of color coded. It just gives MODO that sort of extra polish and sheen that it really needs. I think MODO's UI, we could all agree, could use a bit of an update. Let me just sort of scroll through a couple of these here. And this feels like a sort of MODO UI 1.5, right? So it's getting us sort of halfway there to this update we can hopefully see pretty soon coming out of Foundry. But these are just wonderful. And I'm just going to go into MODO here and show you a few of these. And just off the right, straight up front, I recommend buying this. It's €6, $6, 6 Novigradian crowns, whatever it is, here on Gumroad. So enter your price or give a little bit of a tip to Warren there for this massive amount of work he's putting into these. You know, Founder should just hire this guy, honestly. They're really good. And if you combine this with a shading nerd kit, which again offers there's a review on the Pixel Fondue for that as well. Similar price, awesome icons for the shader tree and all the procedural textures. It just makes working in MODO more pleasant. And I think that says something when you're in a program all day, 8 to 10 hours a day. It's nice to feel that, it's pleasant working in there. So just if I go to add item here, you can see, these are just all kinds of great. Let me just sort of expand these up, make them really big. Here's all the fall offs. They're all yellow. We've got locators. We've got forces. They're all kind of red. We have procedural items. So everything down to the gear item, the fractal gasket, which you probably don't ever use, but he's got a great icon for it. Volumes, all kinds of stuff, all the particle stuff, all this sort of pinkish, PMODs, modifiers, forces, all that kind of stuff. It's all in there. Also, all the mesh operations as well. So if I go to the preset browser for mesh operations, I can look at the shapes here. We've got all the edit mesh ops. We've got polygon ones. We've got all the selection ones have icons. Vertex ones, vertex maps. These all very weight map looking ones. So a lot of thought put into the look of the icons, the consistency, the colors, all just really well done. So I'm really just happy with this. And like I said, it just adding a torus to the scene here. It just makes operating MODO seem, it's just a little more modern, a little bit, like I said, it's sort of MODO UI 1.5, and it's a good sort of interim place here before we get into the final or get into some sort of MODO UI overhaul, which I don't know how long that is from now. But let's look at a fall off. Let's just add a radial fall off again. Look at the icons here. It's just nicer to work in MODO like this. Go to the schematic and throw this stuff in here. And let's look at a couple more. We can do, where's my radial fall off? I don't really need a radial fall off on the torus. Maybe we'll add a bevel. So let's look at some more icons up here. We've got, all the bevel icon, or all the different mesh op icons. We've got polygon bevel icon. So let's just sort of use our mini props here to turn off group polys and sort of mess around with OmniHall a little bit. Something like this. And let's get our fall off involved here, just to kind of show some more stuff. Put my fall off into my tool pipe. Where's my fall off? There it is. Maybe just kind of push it over here. Do maybe a little solid core action on the fall off. Something like that. And, like I said, it has all kinds of stuff. If I want to add a gradient, just type in gradient here. I've got all my different gradient icons. It's got icons. There's icons for just everything here. So we'll just add a gradient waveform. And plug this into our radial fall off gradient channel, which is right here. adjust the frequency or the offset in here. Anyway, you get the idea. Just in general, they've just done a great job with these icons. One thing you'll notice though is they don't show up over here in your forms for your tools. Now you can add them if you want. For instance, here I've got some particle stuff, right? So if I want to go over here to System and Form Editor, and I'm guessing he didn't do this because I'm not sure everybody would want that right off just by default. Also, I think it would be difficult to sort of put all that into the kit. But if you want to, update these over here, you can just get your form editor, right? And then if you say find form and click over here, you'll see these. And then let's just do find form and maybe a particle generator, right? So here's our particle generator. And, we can add a custom icon if we want. And if I look over here to add item and say particle point clouds, there's my particle generator icon. So he's got a custom icon for it. If I want to add it over here, I can do this manually and just say we can add an icon from here. And so we can load an image. And you just go to your kit where it's installed. And here you can, so maybe I could turn this to thumbnails. And here you can see I'm in the, we've got thumbnails, and he's got them all nicely organized by a folder here. I go to particles, and I go to point clouds, and I can pick my particle generator icon right there, and then it'll show up in my list right here. So I can just click that, and you'll see over here that's changed. And then I can, save my config save, or just exit MODO, and it will save those. So if you really want to go through and change everything in the tool properties to these new icons, you certainly can. Perhaps there's a config fragment or something that Warren has that he would be willing to share that will you just drop in your kits folder, it'll do it automatically. But these are really meant for the preset browser and for items in the preset browser for the schematic, right? And also the mesh operations over here. So that's really kind of what they're meant for. But if you want to add them to your UI, you can do that as well. But like I said, for a few bucks, I think it's a fantastic update to MODO. It just makes it feel more pleasant to work in there. They're also helpfully color coded, and the icon, the looks of them are just better. Like here, you just have all these gear icons. Making icons is a thankless job, and I don't, I can understand why Foundry doesn't, spend a lot of dev time and money and human power making these, but it's great that Warren has made these and made them available, and just highly recommended. It's the type of community kit that we should be supporting as MODO users, and it's so well done. It's impossible not to recommend.
Yum, yum!